After 3 days of watching movies at 2 a.m. with this thing propped up on my lap, I finally understood what size actually means when it comes to tablets, and why the last one I had felt like I was squinting at my phone. The Lenovo Tab P12 is thin in a way that catches you off guard the first time you pick it up. At 6.9mm, it feels almost fragile, like if you press too hard, it will flex. But it doesn't. The aluminum chassis has this brushed, slightly matte texture that doesn't show oils or fingerprints the way glossy tablets do, and that's something I appreciated after a few hours of holding it. It weighs 615 grams, which sounds light on paper, but when you're holding a 12.7-inch screen for more than 10 minutes, your wrists start to remind you it's there. I found myself resting it on my chest or propping it against something more often than I expected. The anti-fingerprint coating on the display works better than most, not perfectly, but enough that I wasn't constantly wiping it down. There's no creak when you press the sides, no hollow feeling, it just feels like one solid piece of metal that happens to have a screen on it. The first time I opened the game, I immediately noticed how responsive everything felt for a MediaTek Dimensity 7050 chip. I wasn't expecting flagship speed, but apps opened quickly, and switching between the 5 floating windows didn't make the interface stutter the way cheaper tablets usually do. I tried BGMI and averaged around 55 to 60 FPS, which felt smooth enough for casual play. Compared to the OnePlus Pad, which has a faster processor and a 120Hz screen, the Tab P12 feels a bit slower when scrolling through apps or playing more demanding games. The 60Hz display is noticeable if you're used to higher refresh rates. There's a slight lag when taking notes with the stylus, and you can see it if you're paying attention. It's not a deal breaker, but it's there. What surprised me was how well it handled multitasking. I had Netflix playing in picture-in-picture, a browser open with 6 tabs, and a floating calculator, and it didn't slow down. The 4 GDL Dolby Atmos speakers hit harder than I expected for a tablet, especially in the mids and highs. They don't have much bass, but watching a YouTube or streaming Spotify felt more immersive than on my old iPad. When you scroll through that product page, Lenovo really emphasizes the 12.7-inch 3K display and the quad GBL speakers, which makes sense. Those are the two things that stand out most when you use it. They highlight the stylus support and productivity features like split screen and floating windows. And yeah, those work fine. But what they don't talk about much is the battery life or the charging speed. And that's interesting because those are the two areas where the tablet feels less polished than the rest of the experience. I always find it curious what companies choose to feature prominently versus what they leave buried in the specs list. It usually tells you where the compromises are. I started reaching for the Lenovo Tab P12 mostly in the evenings, when I wanted to watch something without sitting at my desk. The big screen makes a difference for streaming, details are sharper, colors are more saturated than they probably are, and the 3K resolution actually shows up when you're watching 4K content on YouTube. I noticed myself using it more for reading PDFs and long articles than I thought I would, because the screen size lets you see a full page without zooming in constantly. The stylus was included, which is a nice touch, and I used it a few times for quick notes. It worked, but the 60Hz screen makes it feel slightly delayed compared to iPads or higher refresh Android tablets. After a few days, I stopped thinking about it as a big tablet and started seeing it more as a small portable screen that happens to run Android. You don't really notice how much it changes your media consumption until you go back to watching something on a smaller device and feel like you're missing half the frame. The battery drains faster than I expected. Especially with streaming video or playing games. It has a 10,200 mAh battery, but it's power hungry. I was getting around 6 to 7 hours of mixed use before needing to plug it in. Some users have reported rapid battery depletion after recent Android updates, and I noticed the percentage drop more noticeably during YouTube sessions than it should. Charging is also slower than modern tablets. It doesn't support fast charging in any meaningful way. And getting from 30 to 80% took over an hour with the included charger. It's not a deal breaker, but it's one of those small things that only becomes obvious after a few days of use. The last thing is the 60Hz display. It's fine for watching content, but when you're scrolling or using the stylus, you can feel the difference compared to 120Hz tablets like the OnePlus Pad or even the iPad Air. So, if you're the kind of person who prioritizes screen size and media consumption over raw performance and battery longevity, this is absolutely worth it for the price. It's a great tablet for students taking notes, watching lectures, or reading textbooks because of the large display and included stylus. But if your day is mostly heavy gaming, intensive multitasking, or you need all-day battery life without charging breaks, the compromises in charging speed and power efficiency might start to feel limiting. There's something quietly satisfying about a tablet that just works for what it's designed to do without trying to be something it's not.